talk. This is a bad one, and we're in the thick shit now, no joke. I have temporarily reassigned unit designations, so these orders are headed to you and only to you. Welcome briefly to Colonel Dennett's pet unit, Lieutenant Keating's Lucky Devils. You're now Unit 7, but not for long. The Montebello is up to the task of taking out a Conestoga, you know this, but be extra vigilant once you board Lib's ship. He's not above security measures which count more as war crimes. All of this can be covered up as an administrative snafu. But for your life, Kaminsky, and my career, don't screw up.
And now that recording is in progress, I have some questions for you. Is everybody comfortable with the basic roles and mechanics?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we can always ask. We can always ask Eloy if we have any questions.
Right.
So I hope that everybody is comfortable with what the roles are. Does everyone have their gear bonuses listed somewhere where they can see them,
Yes.
or anything that they might use?
Yeah,
I think
the only thing I don't have, because I couldn't find it, was the shotgun, but I think that Ash has found the shotgun things, and I think that's just, I don't know why I couldn't find that thing. I'm looking all over the damn place for that, but
it's
that
it's weapons under, I think it's just under shotgun, but
Yeah.
okay.
It's the RMAT 37A2.
RMAT,
12
right.
gauge.
Oh, there we go. I got you.
The only thing I don't have, Anthony, is I would assume I get some sort of boost for my surgical kit, and I don't have a bonus written for that.
+1,
Is it
+1,
okay?
but it's very specific. I think it's to treat a specific thing. I can't remember what it is, but I'll look it up.
but I
But
think
yeah, for all
part of
my-
the
all my
indicators in
weapons,
the
I've got
name, right?
those.
It's a surgical kit, so it's not.
Right, so it's I think it deals with long-term recovery of
the
critical injuries.
Yeah.
Correct. The short-term stuff is the medical kit that comes. Each Marine has one, and it gives you +2. But that's a
Got it.
medical kit. This is the surgical kit.
Right. So you can see that the dice are, forgive the metaphor, the dice are loaded for long-term recovery to be harder. So it's one of the many little details that I like. Yeah. So if you have all of that, that's great. Everyone's comfortable with the stunts for their particular, well, anyway, with the stunts for combat, I think. And
Yeah, you know what I don't have is can I get a copy? Can someone link me the cheat sheet?
it's in the Facebook group.
Is it in the Facebook group? I'll go grab it then. I had it, and then I don't know what I did with it, so I'll go grab it out of the Facebook group.
I wind up printing it out because otherwise it's too many windows to keep open. So
I accidentally printed it out 3 times, so I got a stack of paper next to it.
then the problem is you forget where you put the cheat sheet. And
Okay, good. Because what I would like to do is start moving away from the explicit game talk. And so the next question I had was, do you have the panic roll chart?
That's in the cheat sheet.
Eloy
right?
has also
Yes.
put this in helpfully in the
everything, it's in a packet. Yeah,
It's also in the DM screen, which is actually very helpful.
monstrously helpful.
it's there too.
The critical injuries and the panic roll are right next to each other on the GM screen if you have that, and that's
Right.
if you have the screen real estate, that's helpful.
So-
Either way, if you have it printed for you, because what I would like to do is that there's a keyword, there's an all caps keyword for each level. Okay, so if you roll a face hugger and we end up having to do a panic check, right? You can make the roll and then you can signal the rest of us by saying,
Tremble or drop item or stuff
Right.
like that.
I start to tremble. I dropped an item, and then I will tell you what you dropped because that's part of how that works, right? Or I freeze, and without having to go through the whole process of, okay, it's a 9. Well, 9 is drop item, and as the game master, I'll be telling you which item you drop. We don't have to do that anymore. I think.
You do that so well.
Yeah, boy, he never runs out of ideas.
Shit, that table's not in the cheat sheet.
Pretty sure it.
Sworn I uploaded. It might be on combat skills or something. Or
Well, there's a cheat sheet, and then he did compile tables.
Got it. Let me find
that's
that.
it.
There's two table docs.
Yeah, because what I
Got
did
it.
is I inverted the colors on the actual tables. So that
You
took
can
a picture, inverted the colors. So if you print it out, it saves ink.
Alien
Right.
2 tables. Got it. All right, cool.
There's alien skin tables and aliens tables too.
Got it.
Now,
Electric Boogaloo.
where I don't want to move away from explicit game talk is in the details of something like combat. So I find that once I ask a group to, okay, well, let's try and minimize the game speak, then there's a little bit of hesitation or deer in the headlight stuff about what can I say and what can't I say, right? So I'm still going to ask you to roll dice. I still want to hear what the number was. I will still tell you that, you're aiming, that's a +2, right? Or if you want to do the mental calculation, right? I've got a 3 agility and I've got 3 bonus from this thing, and I've been aiming, so that's another +2, so I get this many dice, right? If you want to do it that way, that's all fine. That helps us focus. But for the panic roll, for the critical injury, I'll roll the critical injuries and I will describe the horrific effect without going into what number I rolled and what it is. I'll just make a note, and when I do the video later, I'll put it specifically up on the screen as to what it was specifically, and I'll send you a message about what horrific thing has happened to your character, if necessary, right? If we don't,
That's not going to come up, so that's fine.
yeah, chances are. Is that all cool with everybody?
Sure.
All right. So once we get into combat, say what you got to say in the way that you got to say it, and otherwise, let's be descriptive. Okay. I sent out some top secret email to some members of the group. Don't signal, right? But I hope that you've got it. If you didn't get email, it doesn't mean that I like you less than the others.
It means you're going to die.
Don't die.
All right. And long ago, I sent you all email about your characters and their kind of past history. I don't need to hear about it. I don't know. We don't need to talk about it now, what those specific things were, your background in the core. But if you could read that over and refresh yourself on what those details were. Now, unfortunately, we've lost Geek. So his background is lost with him. And Patch didn't receive one. Patch is just a regular guy. Whether that has marked him automatically for death or survival, I cannot say.
Oh, I'm the protagonist.
Cool. Thanks for identifying that. I will now adjudicate all things as you are the Ellen Ripley of our tale. All right. Before we begin tonight's entertainments, are there any questions?
Yes. Why did it take so many episodes of the show before the protagonist showed up?
Well,
Everything up to this point was the prequel.
this was the pilot,
That's right.
and the studio has sent back some notes, and so
They fired Geek. the contract negotiations didn't go well.
Ivan, you're muted. I can see your mouth
Yeah.
moving. But
I hear
know
the
you said
actor was a
something really
prima
funny, but I
donna.
didn't hear it.
Yeah, they weren't like really happy with this Pike guy, so they needed a James T. Kirk, or in this case, a Patch Patterson.
And to be clear, it's the last time that Geek is going to have the same agent as Baxter because he feels that didn't help.
What I
So are we
heard
gonna?
was that very handsome man, Geek, was spending way too much time with the producer's wife. That's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I'll be back in a second. Sorry, apologies.
No problem.
No, are we
So,
going to go with Patch and Baxter being buddies? Are we going to switch up?
I like that. Yeah.
Although that does mean that at that point, I mean, I'm very comfortable with taking the Sarge as a rival.
Ooh.
I think that's what I really like because that makes a ton
However-
of sense to me.
However, that would mean that the Sarge and Bodhi would have to go from being rivals to buddies. So I'm going to make sure the other dudes are comfortable with that.
No,
you know.
that doesn't force that to happen.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Oh, good.
Patch does need Patch needs a rival though. It doesn't have one.
Rough. But the rivals and buddies don't have to be just you guys.
Oh,
true.
I'm
So
gonna
we've
put a
got
creature.
your list of backup characters. I think everybody made several.
Yeah.
So if there isn't an appropriate buddy or rivalry presenting itself, then feel free to draw from that pool.
Yeah, I think Patch is going to see organically who's his rival. We'll see what happens. But he's a huge
Oh.
fan of staying safe, and I think Baxter does a good job of increasing our chances of staying.
I think it should be Nolan because Nolan was taking so much camera time that, you know, poor Nolan, the NPC.
And then not saying anything.
Yeah, and then that's just marks for death.
I had Kaminsky as rival and Baxter as buddy from
Right,
last time.
right.
So I think I'm going to keep that.
Cool.
Okay. Well, we got 2 medics now. Let's
Yeah.
see what that means.
So statistically speaking, I guess that means eventually the whole squad will wind up being all medics at the end once all the combat characters are killed in action.
Well, the
Oh,
good
no.
news is my 2 backups are, every backup is different, right? So I made like a heavy weapon. No, I made like a regular trooper, and I made what's the one with the electronics, like Geek?
Contact.
So Comtech. So I made one of each. So I guess my first up at bat is the Comtech because we
Yeah.
need a Comtech.
we have a
now.
hole.
Yeah.
We need to know his name. We need to talk about him, and he will likely be present as an NPC
Sure.
as you do things today. It just makes sense, right? As you
Let me see
lost
who
your
is
previous-
who. Yeah. So it's PFC Jake Holden.
Holden. We've heard of Holden before. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
While we're waiting on Jose, let us begin with experience. Ivan, I believe for Baxter, you wanted to obtain the machine gunner talent.
I did. If we didn't do what do you call it? If we weren't going to do a downtime thing, which I would have gone with, then
Right,
the
so
machine
let's-
gunner talent was the other thing.
Let's talk about that then. So, if you are improving your characters, this is not Patch, right? Patch doesn't have the opportunity yet. If you are improving your character, then you will get a private role for what happens during your training or retraining or whatever that's required to spend those experience points. If you are not improving your character, and I would say that decision, if you have sufficient points to improve your character and you don't use them, I would say that would be unwise. There would be no benefit to doing that.
Storing
He
it.
chose unwisely.
If you are not improving your character with experience points, then there is a squad downtime event, which will be randomly determined from a list that I have repopulated based on our campaign, not the example campaign they gave to us. So if Baxter has something he wants to spend his experience points on, he would have his own downtime experience.
That works.
And if the same would be true for Corporal Rios, he would have his own downtime experience as he's doing his training, and Kaminsky but Patch
Okay.
would be having an experience with the rest of the squad.
I answered that I'd be improving my character. I picked a new talent.
What did you choose?
Well, I know that you guys will all be utterly shocked by this, but I chose a talent called Nerves of Steel.
Oh, tell us about it.
Nerves of Steel gives me -2 to any panic roll.
Ah,
I was
But
going to go
why?
with macrame, but
Surprise! Surprise!
That is-
Surprise!
That is in
Right.
character. He
I
has,
love it.
that's absolutely in character.
he has spent will feats in D&D since like the dawn of D&D. So
Okay. Baxter, machine gunner. What's it do?
It was just pretty much just allows me to not take a stress die if I go on full auto fire.
oh, nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
So essentially, I'm getting the same thing that Kaminsky is in a different way.
Corporal Rios.
I was going to go for one of those downtime experiences. So if we could have it for the whole team, I guess. Right?
You,
This is
you
5
don't
points.
want to improve Corporal Rios.
Nah. It's fine.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
The banter talent is one we shouldn't forget.
Forget.
Right?
Yeah.
I
Decrease
have
stress
that.
per turn.
Me too.
That's,
Yeah.
that's pretty handy. All right. So then, the other note before I forget, I do not have a hard finish time today.
Ooh.
Craig,
I could go till 10. I've got to, I'm doing Call of Cthulhu and 2 hours after that. So I'd like a little bit more prep time to do that for the stream. But
which means we
otherwise,
can really go to 10:30.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, if we, I can, so I can go an extra 30 minutes.
Well, you owe us 30 minutes, so that's an hour.
You do. Yeah, that's an hour. That's an hour. So 10:30. Maybe 11 if it gets really good. I'm good. I'm good.
Why the hell do I wake up early for this again?
Friendship.
Patch, we're buddies. We're buddies.
Power
Patch.
of
Come on.
friendship.
All right, cool. An extra 30 minutes is awesome. Who knows if we'll need it? You could all die in the first scene. All right. So downtime. That's exciting. One moment, please. So this is for Patch and Corporal Rios. Let's go by rank, I guess. Corporal Rios, and because of the visible dice tray, could you take 2 base dice, roll them and add them together?
10.
10.
That's
Well,
not good.
Kaminsky and Baxter, are loaded aboard a shuttle where they're going to be taken to another system to complete their training with a bunch of other Marines from another squad that are based out of Tenboro Station, like you. And they miss by maybe an hour what happens to the rest of the squad, which is that MPs show up to Squad 6's barracks, and all of you are escorted to the medical deck of Tenboro Station, and you spend 2 weeks getting ongoing, never-ending day and night psych evaluations.
Jeez.
That means they're not going to be along with the next mission, right? Those results.
They're never gonna pass. Yeah.
No, the next four sessions, Anthony, Aloy, and I are just going to RP those sessions.
They're going to be transferred to the agricultural service.
Don't forget that a lot of your squad was heavily injured during the heavy fighting in
Right.
Prospero, and so your unit isn't even ready for normal duty for another month. So,
Including Rios was heavily injured. So
okay. Now, I would like an observation check from Patch and Bodhi. Or if you're going to talk to each other about this experience, you could do this as an assisted roll instead.
So I've got 5 dice with observation. What do you have, Bodhi?
oh, that's great. I only have 3.
You want to assist me then?
So sure.
So it's going to give me a die, correct?
I believe so. It's been a while.
Yes, make it happen.
6 dice, no sixes, no ones.
Okay. Then all your discussions really amount to just one detail about the experience. That if there is one topic that came up more than any other, it was about visiting the Acheron colony. Which is more commonly known in the news media these days as Hadley's Hope.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the subject of the
Psyche
Val. They keep hitting on that, right?
Loss of life, the nuclear explosion, wild rumors in the media, and the how it felt to board the Sulaco and find the devastation there, the strange disappearances aboard the station. Okay.
Do we have a sense that they were trying to figure out what we knew? Or like, was it informational, or they wanted to see how much we believed, or couldn't we tell?
Sadly, their underlying motive is opaque to you, Private.
Got it.
Hidden behind rolls of 4 and 5 and 3. More than likely.
That's why God gave us dice.
Got it.
Okay. So they wake you up in the middle of the night and they ask you questions. They put you in comfortable situations, dining, light chatter, comfortable seating. They have you in concrete, or not concrete, but steel rooms on hard chairs. They have you in no gravity. They have you in heavy gravity. They have you out in space. They have all these situations, but it's one constant battery of questions, day after day, night and day, for 2 weeks.
Excellent.
That is your downtime experience.
It's like my first marriage.
Emphasis on the down.
I'm not
That was
I'm not
Baxter.
buying another one of those.
They're not all bad.
I meant Baxter's first marriage. Yeah.
They're not all bad.
Just that one that I rolled.
Don't roll that
And then-
one again. Then
And
you'll be-
I failed to observe what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
All right, now. There we go. From Baxter, I need a roll, and from Kaminsky, I need a roll. And again, it's 2d6 added together.
We both roll?
Yep.
5.
6.
Okay. Well, interestingly, that gives you the same result. So although you are not together during this period of downtime, you are in the same program. And what makes this program special is that Major Ibrahim O'Bannon has stepped out from behind the admin desk for this 2 weeks of training and is personally supervising the troops that are being trained here, almost like they were handpicked. Right. So heavy weapons crews like Baxter is training with, all the reports go to Major O'Bannon, and he comes in daily to check progress, and he occasionally is in the mess when you're all eating. And the same goes with the sergeants as they train. Right. And during this period, there is a lot of paperwork, and nobody is changing units. No one's patches are being changed. However, the designation for different units has changed, like the name of your unit changes during this period of time. And you're just told it's an administrative detail relating to the recent observation by the governmental observers about the funding for the Marine Corps, and not to worry about it. Things will revert back to their original naming structure very soon. And then you're all shipped back to your deployment zone. So for you guys, that is Tanboro Station. And as you are arriving, you can see the refit to the Montebello is being finished. All right, so the repairs from the space battle over Prospero and other things. Okay. And that ends downtime. And now it's time to begin mission
Time.
number 3. Okay. Now, hang on to your seats, gentlemen. It has been 2 weeks since Kaminsky and Baxter returned from their training run. In that time, your unit was heavily trained. You've been redesignated as Unit 7 and given the call sign Lucky Devils. You have been doing boarding actions, low G and 0 G boarding actions with suits and through a docking collar. Sometimes you've been doing simulated forced entries through the main docking doors, much like you did with the Sulaco at LV-426. Right. But as this is considered to be risky and with a high chance of failure, it's not trained very much, so they don't encourage you to do it. They want you to do a hard dock to one of the other docks along the sides of the vessel, or they want you to make a hard seal with the main, downward projecting lock of most of the frigate class ships, such as a Conestoga. And you drill this over and over and over again to the point of actual physical exhaustion. Then they push you more. Then, sleep, eat, roused, drill it again. Right. So by the time training ends, you should be able to, using a personally mobile suit, evac from a delivery vessel, cross through open space to a target vessel and cut your way in. Or be transported in a small vessel, such as a Cheyenne or a Mantis, make a hard lock and fight your way in. Or if everything is going to hell in a handbasket, break into the main docking bay as you've once done with Jumper in a maneuver that didn't seem so very bad.
Just because this is sort of important, during the training, Kaminsky, not loudly, but very clearly, and not in a friendly fashion, will rag on everybody who makes obvious mistakes. It's like, you're going to get yourself killed, Marine. You're going to get your squad killed, Marine. Everybody has to make it alive. Nobody dies on my watch, that kind of thing. And anybody who makes a mistake has to repeat it until they get it perfect.
So
right? You're sick of Kaminsky by the end of this.
Well, and the time that Kaminsky says, nobody dies on his watch, I pipe up and say, Geek is not available for comment.
You get like 3 extra.
You get to go on point for like the next 3 days. It's like
right. Who's going first, Sarge? Patch.
It's like, that's the point.
Right. So
All right.
drilling and drilling. So the last few days of this drilling take place aboard the Montebello, and rumors are circulating through your unit, which is made up of 3 squads: Squad 6, Squad 7, and Squad 8. Right. rumors are circulating that the Montebello is going to be sent to capture something, and of course, speculation is rampant about capture what, capture who, and is it pirates? Is it something else? And but no information is really forthcoming.
That's typical.
The last day of training, you get the full tour of the Montebello. It's going to be operating with full crew rather than operating using the AI, right? Rather than using the 9000 series mother unit on board. And I would like a Comtech check from everybody.
All right. Woo, contact.
The difficulty will take away 1 die.
Comtech is wits,
Wits.
but it's not even on my sheet. So.
Yeah, no, I like to buy a stress die, Alex. Let's see what I got here. If you add 2 3s together, it's a 6.
Nothing.
I'm not successful.
Nothing.
Not my strong suit.
Okay. So it seems like right up into the very last minute before launch that there are techs crawling all over the Montebello inside and out. Things that you have to interact with directly. They have reinforced the main docking collar, right, on the ventral main docking column. And they have reinforced all of the airlocks and the extendable tubes that will channel between one ship and another. And they have changed the hallways to provide for overlapping fields of cover, right, in case boarding goes the wrong way. Right.
So I've gotten my orders by now, right?
Yes.
So, I gathered the squad in the squad bay, right? When at some point and say, all right, listen up. We got word from on high regarding our next mission. It's a boarding action, which should come as no surprise since we've been drilling at it constantly. There's a man named a fugitive named Lim who has taken over a Conestoga class frigate and is in possession of stolen data and is headed to the Zeta Reticuli system where we were before.
But we know Lim, or at least we met his men.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So this man Lim and his crew have captured a ship. So it's they're known pirates. Orders are to board the ship, which has been rechristened the Queen Anne's Revenge. So they've embraced their pirate roots. And we are to terminate Lim and his men. These people have already been found guilty of numerous crimes, including piracy. So we are to terminate them, save the taxpayers some money. Because if we capture them, they'll just be executed when we take them back home. Again, the information is incomplete as always, but I can't help but wonder, this is related to this has to be related to the thing we ran into on the Sulaco. They're headed apparently to Acheron once more, to LV-426. So we got to get there. I don't think there's anything left in LV-426 after a nuclear explosion, but command has seen fit not to risk it. So that's it. Squad 6, Sarge is going to take us in, and we're going to capture the ship, terminate Lim and his crew, and secure data. We'll call in Squad 8 for backup to secure the data. And once we've done that, I guess we call it back in and see what else they need us to do.
Right. Our objectives are to neutralize Board and take control of the Queen Anne. Squad 8 is responsible for the data. Now, listen, boys and girls, this Lim is a total rat bastard. He's not going to use our operational procedures. Likely, we're going to have traps that we consider war crimes if we did them. So everybody watch your asses there.
That's right. We didn't run into traps on the Sulaco. All right. I guess that's it for shore leave. Get ready for some action.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
At the back of the room, as this meeting finishes, Jumper is leaning up against the wall, and she has, to be fair, a black eye. But it's a black eye that is like half of her face, right? Her knuckles are all bruised and bloody. She's got her flight suit rolled up. See, her elbows are bruised and bloody. And you can clearly see knuckle imprints in her face. So this isn't from like crashing or anything like that. And she looks exhausted because she's been training just as hard as you have. This is the first time you've seen her in a while without the helmet and aviator glasses on. And she's obviously just received her orders. She says, "Sergeant, someone I guess is trying to kill me because I've been assigned to you again."
I kind of like look at her and say, hate to see the other guy.
There were two, one's in the morgue.
The more. What happened?
Well, they said something about a piece of ass. I said I had two pieces. And the next thing I knew, I had a nice long chat with the MPs.
I lean over to Patch and I say, I can put in a good word for you.
Well, it sounds like you took care of business. It sounds like you took care of business. Very good.
That's why I stopped by, Sergeant. Is Lieutenant Keating going to be on this op? Because the guy I laid out is his boy.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid so. At least that's what the scuttle says.
That wasn't in my orders, but those are the rumors.
Yeah, it's Keating is going to be our lieutenant for this jump. So,
Well, if you can get Baxter to bathe, maybe he could hang out with me.
That can be arranged, sweetheart.
I don't need
looks
your
like someone
physical
put the
help
good.
in any way.
I lean over to Baxter. And
I would never think of that.
I lean over to you, Baxter, and I go, "Looks like someone put in a good word for you."
They sure did. Trust me. This is her on a good day.
But I've
Don't let her fool you. She's a good egg.
I've only got two eyes and I can't look everywhere all the time. And I'm getting tired of watching my own six.
Right on. No problem. I gotcha.
Okay. But that charming memory was days ago. And right now, you are in the main bay of the Conestoga class Queen Anne's Revenge. The air is full of smoke. It's lit only by the circling amber warning lights, right? The Mantis boarding craft that Jumper has once again deftly managed to propel into this small space is trapped and crushed in the main docking bay, right? Leaving only a small gap between its evac doors for you Marines and its tail section, right? Just crushed in the doorway. Jumper's still inside, trying to, shut systems down because all the missiles it's carrying, all the armament it's carrying is hot, but its armor is definitely breached. And one lucky shot could blow you all to stardust. All right. And you are out and undercover. Right. There are, of course, the usual barrels. There are crates of ammunition. There are crates of various tools for working on the landing craft. The bay is otherwise empty. There aren't other landing craft in here, right? Instead, the space has been used for storage. Crates and of food, medical supplies, and any sort of thing that a mercenary company would require, all from different companies, all with different stickers on them for customs or being seized by police or what have you. The air is full, as I said, of smoke. There's the bitter smell of electric discharges. There's the vibration under your feet from the thrusters, because the Montebello and the Queen Anne's Revenge have collided, right? The Montebello ended up having to ram as you were launched. They've collided, and no hard lock was possible for the typical boarding action. You're receiving distorted, jammed bursts of signal traffic from the crew of the Montebello to give you your basic sit rep. Fortunately for the Montebello, she has struck slightly farther back along the Conestoga and is mostly protected by the massive blind spots that design has in its rearward arcs, right? Which are not design flaws that the Bougainville design has, right? So on the other side of the bay is at least one squad of mercs, right? Two of them are in cargo loaders. The cargo loaders, instead of having the claws for manipulating of cargo, have been outfitted with smart gun links. So 2 men in loaders are bringing 4 smart guns to bear.
That's bad.
That is very bad. Yeah.
And a number of other enemy combatants scattered throughout the area. And if you're curious, I will demonstrate my artistic talents once again with jaw-dropping art.
That's what we come here for.
All right. Actually, I think we'll start with this. Okay. Can you see the Conestoga?
Yes.
All right. So this downward projecting thing, this is the docking collar of which I speak. And ahead of it, behind this ventrally mounted gun, there is this massive door that allows the drop ships to vacate the ship, right? They're lowered down from a second deck inside the landing bay. They're lowered down in drop position and drop away. This is where the Mantis has been crushed in the doors, right? So you are taking up positions facing aftward in the ship, facing toward the rear of the bay, right? Your own ship. So you came in a Mantis,
Mhm.
right? The tail section, the thrusters have all been crushed. And there we go. This is your home base, the Montebello. All right. And so the forward section is amidships on the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Your art's gotten a lot better, dude.
Sadly, I cannot take credit for those images.
Huge step up.
Okay, so there's two guys in the worker, the loader things, and there's additional pirates behind them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the loaders are just like Ripley's, right?
Yes, except instead of the clamshell claws or the wrench like claws, they have smart guns. Now, this is a reminder. This is what the interior bay of a Conestoga looks like. Normally gray, lots of scattered equipment. There are bays along the walls for various purposes, and there are 2 decks, right? And the floors have different sections that drop away to allow access to space or other areas. So a cutaway view of that would be like this.
Right.
Okay, so you can see the long dock dropping away here, right? And you have entered forcibly in and are facing toward the rear. There are no drop ships other than the one you brought with you in this space. It's all filled with cargo.
And Anthony, is there, you mentioned 2 decks, so is there a second like observational, like railing all the way around?
Well,
looking
yes,
in?
there is.
Okay.
This is the level 1 area where you currently have access. Okay. So where you see this arrow saying 4, there's an access point in the wall to go forward to the rest of the ship. When you took over the the Sulaco, this was the door that you went to get to the large stairs going up from the top, from the bottom deck to the top deck. Right. All along your left side wall is where the ship techs do their repair work, where the loaders are stored, where various cargo machinery is stored, and where all the ammo is stored normally on a military Conestoga. What Lim might have in there is anybody's guess. Right? That main dock, main ventral dock, is a round access portal ahead of you. To the right of it is the Marine Ops Center, where you would be briefed, right? Where you'd get all the data packages and could review your LZ or the like, which is next to access to cryo. The armory is accessed next to the ammunition center, right? Then to gain access to the top level, you need to go into the ship tech section to gain access to the gantries. Gray section here is
Got
level
it.
1. The white section is level 2, and the gantries are in blue because they're kind of an access way.
Right.
Gain access to sick bay, it's through the 2nd level off of a gantry, and to gain access to the rear of the rest of the ship is on that 2nd level, right? So the main dock is far down below, and the drop pad goes all the way up to level 2 and all the way out into open space.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you need to see this again, let me know. But it's basically a big rectangular bottom section, and
Right.
half of that section as a square for the level 2.
Right. So the section we're in has effectively a roof, and then the beyond that it's open, right? And we are in cover, and as we start. All right. So
All right.
Drawing cards yet?
initiative.
So you had to do a rapid evacuation, right? Under Jumper's orders, and had to choose from a variety of soft cover, right? So we will classify this as armor rating 3.
Okay.
There is better cover around: bulkheads, loaders, large piles of cargo, which will provide more cover. But right now you're behind barrels and you're behind carts and your repair equipment and that sort of stuff.
And we're wearing the standard M3 personnel armor, right? No
Right.
vac suits or anything.
You are not
Right.
wearing atmosphere armor. You're not wearing space armor. You are in your normal personnel armor. So that makes the slow escape of the atmosphere problematic.
Mhm.
So yes, draw cards for initiative.
All righty. Well, let's see. Go in the order I can see. Baxter is on a 6. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's a 9. Baxter's on a 9.
6, the other
Uh,
9.
Yeah, the other one. All right. Buddy is on a 10. I'm sorry, dude. It sucks to be Marine today. Patch is on a 7. Oh man, this
Wow.
is payback for all those other times I drew good initiative. And in perfect form, Kaminsky is on a 6.
Okay, could you
Now-
repeat for me, please? Kaminsky 6.
Kaminsky
Rios,
6. Rios is 10.
10.
beautiful.
Patch is a
Baxter is
7.
9. 9. Patch is a 7. Yeah, and Baxter is a 9.
Okay. Okay.
And how many NPCs would you like to look at?
I would like you to just draw 2 for me, please. This will be 2 different groups of them.
Okay. 3.
Aha.
Please God, let this next one be an 8. 2. Yeah, 2 and 3. All right.
Highly coordinated troopers stand against you.
It makes sense. We just kind of piled out of this thing. They've had time to, get
Yep.
ready for us. It works.
So behind you, you can feel the air blowing past you. You can hear the air escaping. You can see the smoke, right, curling around everything. It's not enough to pull you off your feet. It is enough to lift paper off the deck. It's enough to blow small objects off of tables, like small tools and the like. And it's a strong breeze, and you can feel a little tug as you walk against it, but not much. But you're down behind cover, so you're kind of protected from the wind as well. And that's when the enemy open up. And small arms fire and rifle fire is slamming into the cover at your position. They definitely know where you are. They haven't tagged anybody yet. And pieces of plastic are flying off of the packing material and embedding themselves deeply in what you're hiding behind. So this cover that you have right now will only last you a short amount of time. Okay, and that brings us to Kaminsky.
Question, moving from cover to cover, is it slow or fast?
It's fast.
I would run if I were you, which makes it a fast action.
No, because if it's a fast action, we can do something else. That's why it's my question, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's a running is
Yeah.
a fast action, crawling is a slow action.
All right. So I'm gonna order these. My orders to these guys are like, concentrate on because we can see the guys with the smart guns, right?
Yep.
They're within our. Yeah. We need to get those smart guns down. Concentrate fire on the one on the left. Just because, why not? And I'm gonna move to better cover and shoot. That's basically my plan.
Giving orders is a slow action.
All right, then I'm gonna move to better cover as I give the orders.
Okay. And can I have a command check, please?
Of course. Particularly because you're my friend. Can't deny you a command check.
Well, thank you. I've been dying for a command check.
Hey, 2 6s and a 2.
Very nice.
Lucky. Next one's gonna be all ones.
So with you are Nolan and Holden.
Okay.
So if one of you should die, just pick up Nolan and or Holden, and 2 will be with Jumper, helping her to not explode should things really go pear-shaped. Right. So, all right. So Sarge is moving from cover to cover, maintaining distance or closing distance.
Oh, closing.
Closing distance. Okay.
Yeah.
And he has given his orders, which can both be heard and understood as not insane. Right. Next up is Patch.
So, imagining at the same time that Kaminsky is going for cover, I'm going to flip up and do exactly what I was told, which is fire at the one on the left.
Okay.
So I've got.
You are under fire. Everyone, please take 1 stress die.
I was wondering if that was
Yeah.
all right. So coming over, shoot with a plan of as soon as I get done shooting, I'm going right back under. So, yeah, the stress of it has given me my success.
Cool.
So, and I forgot my freaking bonus. Let me do my bonus.
2. For your pulse rifle?
Yeah, pulse rifle. I just get 1 bonus. So that's that. Okay. So damage is 3.
2. Oh, your damage is 3. Okay.
No. You're right. 2. I was looking at my shotgun. Sorry. Damage is 2.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Patch begins us off pretty well as he catches our heavy gunner in his double-barreled loader, catches him low in the abdomen near a crease in the armor. And this is a powered device, right? So every movement is magnified in strength. Where he is shot, he instantly doubles over, right? His face is just contorted in agony, and the barrels of the guns are slammed into the deck, and the whole device just digs in and dents the armored floor of the deck. And then he starts to convulse. And so it's beginning to slam and knocking boxes aside and slamming into
Good
the bulkhead.
job. Good shot.
As I come back around, I go to Baxter. Okay, Robin Hood, you're up. And you're
Baxter.
muted.
All right, Sarge told you move your ass, kid. Well, there's only the one on the right now, so I will. I'm just letting it have it
Uh-oh.
with auto fire. Just just blasting it. So
A lot of 6s would be good here. Ivan.
yeah, well,
Fuck.
actually rolling 15 dice right now. One of them just going to throw auto fire.
And if it's auto fire, you take 1 extra stress. So.
Not him.
Not me.
Not
Not
him.
me.
Oh, that's right.
That's what all that training was for, there, Jackson.
That's
What kind of dice are these?
You probably should have trained to hit the thing, actually.
Well, we'll talk about probability in another episode, kids, but I have literally rolling 0 6s on 15 dice.
I know.
And I did not roll face hugger. No face hugger.
You could always
But you can
push
push
And
it.
I
it.
what full auto fire? I can push it.
And
Push it
that
really.
gives you 1 extra.
No question, you're pushing this.
You saved the
Yeah.
stress. You might as well use it.
That
Okay,
does
I'm gonna-
give you 1 extra stress. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
but you can re-roll with the extra stress. So that's
The
beautiful.
entire
16
pool,
dice.
right?
The entire
Yeah,
pool. Yes.
Okay, so yes, yeah. So as I see that, like the guys moved, and so I'm like, my first shot's just slamming to the wall. It's ridiculous. So I swing the gun around like crazy, trying to pepper this bastard. And oh, goody. Well, pushing. All right, I have gotten 3 successes. So, I would like to use 1 to do extra damage to him, and another 1 to hit another cat if
Another
there's
target.
anybody around him. Another target.
Nice. Okay.
Or do I want to use them
Disarm?
all? No. Yeah, disarm. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, good call. I'm going to use 1 to disarm him, and 1 to hit another target.
Okay. So then this is a hastily put together,
Contraption.
cobbled together contraption is a good word. And so taking out the ammo feed is a great way to render this Frankenstein device useless. So bypassing the meat of the situation and blowing apart the metal of the situation, and beyond that, right, as the back of the loader detonates and some of the rounds start to cook off, you can catch sight of some guys with rifles over a blast shield, right, to deal with the back thrust from the drop ship. They've got a nice heavy cover, but you take the head off one. And
Excellent. And also at this very same time as I'm doing that, which probably is why I had to recalibrate where I was shooting as the bolts were going wildly everywhere. I'm running towards like one of those bulkheads, those supports, to get behind that, which is a much better choice of cover. And look at Rat Patch. He was like, he told us to run.
Rios.
So both autoloaders are down, right? Both of the heavy loaders.
The second autoloader is still up, still mobile.
Oh, okay.
But
he just took out one of the weapons. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's still a danger though. So, so from my position, I think I am going to try and take him out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim, and I think I'm going to go for auto fire as well. Take him out because these guys are dangerous.
Okay.
So that would give me 2 stress. And I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dice. That's a lot of dice. Here we go.
Life begins at 12, my friend.
No whammies.
Oh,
And we got 1, 2, just 2 successes, which is good enough. So 1 hits, and with the other, might as well do extra damage. See if we can take him out.
Good idea.
So
That's
basic
good.
damage is 2. So
That's the difference between life and death in this case. So as the back of the thing is on flame and rounds are zipping everywhere, he's protected by the back of the loader itself, the only place where he has any real armor from the loader. And he's moving on your position, and the smart gun is swinging around, and ew, gross. You blow the side of his face off.
yes.
So he takes another 2 steps, right? Just like with one eye, like in the eye is wildly looking around to see where the rest of his face went. And then it just slows to stop, and the emergency light comes on saying, operator failure, operator failure.
Awesome.
Cycling through. So with the loader's heavy gun suddenly going silent, right? There is time to spot traveling through the smoke. You can see the trail of void space behind it. There is a grenade coming in. Followed up by a spate of rifle fire. Ooh. And coming in on Kaminsky.
Incoming.
I need you to roll your armor, Sergeant,
Plus the cover.
plus the cover.
That's right.
Your new cover, I'm assuming you went to better cover, is
Yes,
4.
please.
So it should
think
be
you're
10
muted,
dice.
Jose.
Yeah.
Behind the roll of Scott paper towels.
I'm just going to stand in the open. Come on, men.
I got 4 success.
That's
All
good.
right.
On 10 dice, I was really lucky.
So the shot hits you in the heaviest part of your armor. Now you feel it, you know, it shakes you. It's a good hit, but the armor did its job. It worked. You can see the slug, you know, stuck in there.
Souvenir.
All right. The grenade hits. Ting, ting, ting. And it explodes. Yay. Catching everybody. That's exciting. But the only one who didn't move is Patch.
And me, I didn't move either.
Oh, and sorry.
Yeah, Rios is aimed.
Right.
Oddly enough, the 2 medical men.
So
Which is good for everybody, of course.
they
No
are
medic.
engaged with the grenade. Baxter and
Oh.
Kaminsky are 1 step removed. Please add your cover to the
To the
grenade
armor
as
roll.
well. So if you didn't
Cov-
move,
the-
you have the original cover of 3.
Of 3.
Mhm.
Okay.
Baxter and
Plus your
Kaminsky have the
6.
new cover of 4. Okay, now you will have different damages. 1 moment, please. This is for our men who didn't move.
Okay.
Wow, you guys are lucky. 9 dice, 0. You take the base of
Successes.
2.
Yes.
So with my 3
Versus
armor successes, I get
Nice.
0, right?
All right, so you feel the blast. Your ears
wait.
are ringing.
So, how much damage again?
What did you get on your
2.
armor roll?
Okay. No, I just thought you said 0 successes. I'm like, okay, so we don't take any damage. I guess I take 2 because
Oh
that,
no. Yeah,
that
take 2.
all missed. So
Are you broken?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm
Yeah,
hit. I'm hit.
Ears ringing, eyes watering. Right. This has degraded your cover. You will have to move at this point. You have no cover left. There's patches of fire burning in the shattered boxes. Baxter and Kaminsky. I have to take some dice away. Sadly, I know you're disappointed. You want to be manly men who take all the damage that the 2 medical men took. However, this time I did manage to do some incoming damage. So armor and cover rolls, please. Maybe I can kill you and you'll feel better.
Okay, good.
1, 2, 4 again.
Jeez.
Incredible.
2.
2. Baxter, you take 1. Kaminsky. You are completely shielded from the blast by your heavy cover.
Okay.
But everybody is going to have difficulties in audio-based observation checks or hearing-based observation checks for a little while because the echoes in this place are insane, and the rapid air pressure changes as it's decreasing because of the atmosphere leaving the space and suddenly increasing with the force of the grenade. Whew.
So do we have, and I should know this, but I don't. Do just 4 of us take stress, or just the 2 that were hurt?
Everybody takes stress from
Okay.
this.
That's right.
Not just
Ooh.
because of the grenade, but also because it's another round of the atmosphere leaving. You've got to get out of this place. Jumper and her support crew will be all right in the Mantis, providing it doesn't explode because they have access to onboard oxygen supplies. But you guys have to get somewhere.
Anthony, do we have a sense yet of how many non-loaders are over there, or are we just getting fired upon and we don't really have a sense of that?
Oh, sure. Sorry. There are at least 6.
Okay.
And if there's more than 6, it's because they're not firing. They're cowering or crawling or doing something devious. So this brings us to Kaminsky.
All right. I like my cover, so I'm not moving this round. And one good turn deserves another. So I rack up my underslung grenade launcher and I let them have one.
All right. You have two choices. You've got a
Yes, sir.
medium range shot or a long range shot.
All right. So I'm going for the biggest concentration of these guys who are attacking.
Then let's go with the medium range shot.
Would that affect us? That's the question.
It's at medium range. So yes, you could suffer some blowback or shrapnel or whatever. It's a possibility.
Possibility.
And it's at -1 because it's medium range.
Drop a die. All right, so let's do it. What the
Yeah.
heck? Fortune favors the brave.
Patch and Bodie are not at risk of any blowback, but Baxter is. So,
All right, now this is good. You guys are gonna enjoy it more than I am. I got 2 6s, but I got a 1 on one of my stress die.
Pa-pa-pa-pum.
that's nice.
So
Please
first thing
roll
you do,
A
stress.
D6 and remember
Panic.
to minus your nerves of steel talent.
Right, so technically, I don't even need to roll because I have 2 stress,
Plus 6 is
and,
8. Uh,
-2, so it's 0. So the most I can roll is a
That's a
keeping it
6.
together.
Right.
I'm a panic roll. I can
But
roll
what that
but
level is important, right?
Come on, roll, man, roll.
No,
on a
it-
6,
below 7, it doesn't matter.
Got it.
You're good.
but I'll roll for Ivan's sake. I rolled a 5. If I had not had the talent, I would have had a nervous twitch,
Nice.
and I would have screwed all you over
Right.
because I would have increased the stress.
All right.
But I have nerves of steel, so I got 2 successes on my grenade.
Excellent. And I will take some cover. And I will take some armor.
For the grenade, can I use that extra success? You know what? If possible, instead of damage,
Yeah.
what I would do is I would like to keep them pinned down.
Sure. Ooh. Could you please roll 9 dice?
Sure.
If you don't
1,
mind.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just tell you how many 6s.
Yes, please.
These lucky bastards. I only got 1.
Okay. Well, you know what to expect, right?
Boom.
See an arm, there's body blown back, and
Chunky salsa.
yeah. So there's a big spray. Their cover is the top of their cover is blown off, and you can hear the other group, the one at long range, yelling, right? Fall back, fall back.
But they missed their slow action, so they can run, but they can't shoot if they. That's awesome.
Right.
Get high. Hmm. And what about me? Do I have to roll damage or armor?
You? Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Could
Good.
you roll 6 dice, please, Mr. Kaminsky? Sorry, 3
Me?
dice. 3 dice.
Oh, 3 dice damage for.
For you and Baxter.
Oh, not good.
I got 2 2s and a 1.
Hey. Which is good because I got no successes whatsoever.
So again, the whole chamber is echoing, except maybe it's not as loud as you think it should be. and it's getting a little harder to breathe. Any mobility checks or anything using straight agility are going to be penalized by 1.
Mobility.
Mobility, yeah.
Love
The
it.
mojo.
Agility is going down. That's like mojo and mobility in one.
It's phenomenal.
Do I take any damage there, sir?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
So, oh, sorry. Yes,
Yeah, he would, right?
you take 2 because you rolled no
Understand.
armor successes.
that's correct. All right. Woo! And I'm not broken.
Kaminsky needs to roll now.
Yeah.
Fire.
10, right?
Yep.
I only rolled 1 success, so I guess I'd take 1.
You do.
All right.
Again, the ears are ringing, the eyes are watering, but it's getting that hard to breathe. The smoke is kind of dropping, and okay. And now an audible klaxon, right? Warning: atmosphere escaping. All personnel, please evacuate. And but you can see like the tops of helmets or like shoulders briefly, or tips of guns. They can't quite figure out which way they want to go. From where they are in their heavy cover, they have to cross a large open area. And the fear of the grenade has them pinned down. As soon as they pop out, they think they're going to be taken out.
Reasonable.
This brings us to Patch.
Is there a reasonably safe way for me to get to a door that doesn't involve me getting closer to them or exposing myself completely? Because right now I'm completely exposed. So I would like to find cover near a door, if at all possible.
All right. So you are basically in front of, oh, sorry, one moment, please. You are basically in front of the drop pad.
Okay.
Okay. So
And where are the kids?
Where it says ship techs and loaders is where they are.
Got it.
So you would be in this area,
I'm going to try to go to ops.
and they
And
are over
find
by
new
the
cover.
ammunition and armory. So if you want
Yeah.
to go over to ops, that's just fine.
Okay. And is that going to be a single fast action, or do I need to spend my slow as well?
It's a long way. This is a big room.
So that's what I'm going to do. So both actions.
Okay.
You get undercover right near ops, the ops door, which is
All right,
closed.
so you are taking the slow action of going for cover. Please give me a mobility check.
It's mobility,
No, I'm changing it back.
and it's is it and I'm -1, you said?
Yes.
Okay. But I do use my 2 stress dice.
Yes.
No successes and a hugger.
What? I don't blame you.
Yep. So panic roll, which is going to be D6 plus my stress. And I add another stress to this before I do it or after?
If
You add it. You just roll 1d6 and
yeah,
add.
just 1d6 and add whatever your stress is.
My
and
current
then-
stress.
Right. And then
Okay.
it'll give you if it tells you to add something, then you add
Got it. So I'm trembling.
Oh no.
I fall behind the cover and just rattled. I'm feeling the pressure on my lungs. I feel like somebody punched me in the gut. I'm winded, and it's kind of effing with me because I know what this means and I know where we're headed, and freaks me the hell out.
A moment of empathy with your attacker who is suffering similar
Yeah.
effects.
Yep.
All right. And this brings us to
Else.
Rios.
Hey, what up, Baxter? I thought Baxter was before yours.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
yes,
that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Buddy's right next to him, so that's good. Yeah, I want to get the hell out of here as well. The App Store sounds like a great idea to get the hell out of here. So yeah, I'm gonna run towards the App Store, and I'm gonna like point my essentially useless unloaded smart gun in the direction of those people, like in this menacing, manipulative fashion, to try to freak them out and keep them pinned down
Okay.
and screaming. And like the thing is, I would fire my incinerator, but it's with no action, it's just not going to be very good. So, but I'm just like going there and screaming at the top of my lungs, I'll kill you all! As I'm running towards the App Store.
Fantastic. Manipulation.
Yes, sir. So that's that's all I got is my empathy and my stress. So yeah, let's see how this works. You bastard son of a gun. Well, I get no success and a nice friendly hug. So let's see what this nice friendly hug does for me. Beautiful little. I like being hugged. So yeah. So I got the nervous switch, man. So everybody sees me kind of freaking out, and.
Yeah. So everyone's stress level has increased twice since these two experiences, because from where Baxter's standing, right, you can see that a back piece of the mantis, which was blocking the hole, is shaking, and it's about to tear loose and be blasted out into space. And once
that's
that
causing
happens,
us more stress.
it's going to
That's an extra GM induced stress, right? That's your call.
no.
Oh, good.
This is
Baxter's.
this
Yeah.
is justification for
Baxter. Oh, okay.
for Baxter
So it's just one.
and
Yeah.
for Patch as what's going on. They both left
Right,
where they
right.
were, and as they traverse the distance and as they're doing what they're doing, they are becoming aware of more information and.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so Patch has stressed us out as well. That one
Yes.
here. Oh yeah. Look. Okay. Well, great. Oh wait a minute. I didn't roll my extra stress dice from Patch. Maybe I'll get a success on it,
It could happen.
and that would be a negative.
Okay.
But I'm mechanically accurate.
All right. So, Rios.
Right. So everybody's falling back, and so I do the same. I'm just gonna follow because I'm out of bullets anyway. So I'm. It's a slow action to get over there, to get to the door.
Yep.
Okay. So it's mobility and it's a -1, you said,
That
but
is
I get to add in all of these pretty stress dice. No whammies. Yes. So one success. I can make it.
That was the -1 for the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got 5 total, but now it's 4.
All right. So you and Patch are
Fall back. It's decompressing.
okay. This brings us around, and the enemy combatants are trying to withdraw.
Oh, and if everybody is behind the door already, I'll just use the fast action to slam the bulkhead door.
Well, you can leave me outside.
No, you're not there. Okay, so that's why I asked if everybody, but that would be a big no.
Okay. The enemy combatant squads they're left, right? There's not many left from those who took the grenade round, right? They're trying to crawl across the deck. The smoke is heavy there. The debris is heavy, and they have no command cohesion. They literally don't know where they're going, and they're heading off. You can see them momentarily. They're heading off toward the ammo locker, which is all sealed up and closed. Like there's no way out in the direction that they're headed. Right. Kaminsky.
So rejoining the squad after all this mayhem that I caused.
Okay.
So
Mobility
roll mobility -1 plus stress.
plus stress.
Wow. Jeez. I got nothing on my regular mobility, but my 2 6s on the stress dice.
Okay.
And the others were not a face values.
Okay.
So I run like Benny Hill towards the rest of the squad.
Okay. And Baxter.
Okay.
Patch.
Or Baxter or Patch?
Patch.
All right. So Kaminsky's with us. Everybody's together. We are outside of the door, still in the main things. So I'm obviously going to try to open the door. So hit the buttons.
Right. It opens. It cycles
Okay.
open and there's a blast of pressure.
So as that, I'm going to hit the blast door. Hopefully it's an incidental, yell, go, 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 go. And I'm going to use my slow action to fire, at the crawling dudes.
All right. Your firing will suffer a 3-die penalty.
Okay. So that leaves me, normally it'd be 6. So I'm at 3 black dice, 4 stress dice.
Also, they are at medium range.
So that's -1.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 black dice, 4 yellow. Yeah, I'm on auto mode at this point. I don't even know if I'm aiming. I don't even know if I'm thinking, and the pure stress if it gives me 2 successes.
All right. Cool.
So let's use 1 to pin him down and the 1 to activate the success.
All right. So yeah. So their command cohesion already fractured is completely splintered. They're going off in different directions, and some of them are just frozen, like clinging to the decks or clinging to a cargo net, and you can feel that moment is coming when that blast plate on the back of the Mantis is going to give way and you're being kind of pushed back by the door that you're trying to get into. And Baxter, got a long run, buddy.
Got a long run. Yeah, just running, trying to get to that door to get the hell out of here.
Or you could stay, be a hero.
No, I'm out.
Could one of my successes help him?
Yes.
Because I had 2.
Yes.
All right.
Just doing a mobility. Is that what I'm doing here?
Doing a mobility -1. You're starting with 1 success,
Yeah.
thanks to Kaminsky's inspiring leadership.
Okay, but I must roll these handful of stress dice as well. That's awesome.
The stress
Good.
mechanic in this game is so good.
Okay. Thank God. So I got 2 additional. So
That's 3 all day.
3 all day. 3 all day on mobility.
means you
And anybody else
can
needs help?
Holden and Nolan.
Yeah. Helping these 2 fellows. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Screaming in the Barry Lee audible fashion.
And so Holden, bringing up the rear, closes the door behind you. And your ears are popping and there's all kinds of pressure, painful pressure. And then the interior systems begin to modulate and you feel pressure equalize. So you got
Christ.
some blood running from your eyes, and those of you who are injured, you have some blood running from your ears, and that ringing in your ears is giving you kind of a lopsided sense.
Right.
I'm immediately
Great.
assessing who needs attention. I believe it's Rios, right?
Yeah.
And I'm immediately slamming a freaking another clip into my gun.
Sure.
Right. I will slam a clip in my gun as well and start digging for napper leaf to
Well, first things
pass
first,
it
how
around.
about-
Yeah.
How about a command roll?
Oh, okay.
We've got some panicking troopers. You've just evacuated from a dangerous situation.
That's true. That's a better use of my time. And the medic is Patch, so he's
Yeah.
While he's patching us up, I'll try and rally, the troops. So I'll
Remind us
say,
what banter does. Rios?
question.
no, that would be a command roll to
Can
to
we
cancel the
cooperate in that
panic.
command roll?
Yes, if you want to, but I think you are rivals. Do you want to?
All right, so we won't.
All right, have it your way. All right, so we'll try to stop panic, and that is 4, 5. But I better hit myself with an apple leaf first, because
Okay.
otherwise it's not going to work, right? So I'll hit myself with an apple leaf, take my stress down to 0, and then try to
Okay.
rally the troops. Come on, people, keep it together.
What?
Keep
What?
it together.
What? Oh,
Light as a
God.
feather. What is he talking about?
I don't know, man. Jeez, but I'll tell you what, this is crazy.
I kind of
So for
I
the
kinda
guy, man. Oh, it's
shake
game
my
over.
head with all the stress I have, and I just like kind of start smacking these guys on the back of their helmets. It's like, stop your caterwauling. I got one.
All
Yeah,
right.
there we go.
Thanks to the stress dice. I smack in the back. Shut up already. Get in order.
So what does that do to
Yeah.
us,
I
Kaminsky?
understand that.
I
It
think
stops
that gets
panic.
rid of the panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. So you still have your stress.
Yep.
You haven't been dosed with nap relief yet. You haven't had time to rest yet. You haven't had time to banter yet. So the stress is all still there. But that moment of panic, the Sarge has snapped you out of it, right? You're in the ops room, not your ops room, but it's a very familiar ops room. This one has been done up like a crew eating area. So it's not a full cafeteria, but there's lots of instant food packets and coffee and that cornbread, that sort of stuff everywhere. Okay. And you can seal all the entrances and exits from here. Someone else could override it using Comtech skills, but this is a secure location, right? You're secure from the depressurization, and you are at least momentarily secure from immediate attack. You'll certainly be alerted if someone tries to cut through or blast through the bulkheads that seal this room.
So I'm going to run to Bodhi. Immediately just try to assess the situation. As I'm doing that, I am reaching into Bodhi's pack and pulling out an Apo. And I'm going to hit myself. So that gets rid of my 4 stress, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. And then let's see if I can't make you a little bit better.
No,
so I've got,
there's you can't. If I'm not broken.
I can only do it if I'm broken. Oh, okay.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. Well, it's a role playing
Guys.
thing. It's so at
So
least
I'm just giving you all the attention you deserve.
right.
So bandaging wounds, rinsing eyes, checking ears,
Yep.
and all the stuff is very important. And there's splinters and there's all sorts of material that have been embedded in folks.
Yep. So we'll assume I do the same to Baxter and Kaminsky as they're kind of doing their thing.
So we could, we have 10 doses of nap relief between both of us. So I guess we could do 1 dose for each, right? So you already used 2, 1 for yourself and 1 for me.
Yeah.
So 1 for Baxter and 1 for Kaminsky, and I'm down to 1 dose of nap relief plus your 5. So we got 6. That's not bad.
The deck beneath your feet and the walls, there is a monumental shudder. And then it returns to stillness.
So, Baxter, you've been hit with nap relief as well. So your stress goes to 0, and same goes for Kaminsky.
I'm fine. What are you doing? And yeah, okay.
Geez, was that the
There's
the mantis? Jumper, come in.
You're on your own, boys. I'm sorry. We lost it.
Just glad your beautiful face is still intact, sweetheart. Anytime.
Anytime, anywhere. Nice.
All righty.
I'll say you're muted.
We don't have any dedicated text right now, but we'll do the rest. Is there anything here that we could use to monitor the rest of the ship? Security feed or anything like that?
Well, we've got what's his nuts?
Holden.
Holden's there.
Is
Hold on.
It's not set up for
Comtech.
such. Yeah.
Okay.
This is basically a big briefing room, which has been converted into a lunch area.
We got
Are there any other exits from?
Yeah, there are several other exits from here.
Okay, so it's not isolated just to the.
No.
All right.
All right. Now you could take a bit of a rest here, patch your wounds, and have a moment of safety if you like, or you can press on.
After the nap relief, we could just press on.
Let's do it.
Okay. Forward or aft. You can head toward the cryo chambers, or you can move forward through like tech access tunnels to a point where you could rejoin the main stairwells.
But let's check the cryo chambers first. If it's the closest thing, let's just make sure that there's nobody left behind there hiding.
Right on. One of the reasons why the Montebello was crewed, and the idea that we're going to the cryo chamber brings this memory to mind, is that it was discovered not long before the Montebello left Tempora Station that the cryo chambers had been sabotaged.
Okay.
So the Montebello was operated under a full crew, and the cryo chambers were put under manual rather than AI control.
How do we do that? Great. All right, let's go check these out. I'm taking point, unless somebody stops me.
That's what.
Of course not, yeah.
For. That's what the smart guns for.
Operation.
I'll
get
go behind
Baxter.
you. Yeah,
Get behind Baxter. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll go behind you. Yeah.
So moving down the hallways, it's similar to what you expect from a Conestoga, except this is the commercial production of it. Colors are different. The materials, the fit and finish are different. Somehow both higher quality and lower quality.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching the cryo chamber, which is not very far down, you discover that this one has been divided into two areas. Instead of one large area for a platoon of Marines, it's been divided into a crew section, a passenger section, and a VIP section. And laid out before you very visibly are the differences of what that means in terms of the quality of cryogenic equipment. The VIP section is incredible, also featuring some auto dock capabilities, whereas the passenger section still looks slightly better than the cryo chambers that you use for hypersleep. The government contract for hypersleep for the Marines seems to have been a very low bid, if these are any indicator.
Any sleepers?
No, there are not.
Our facilities are built by the lowest bidder. We always knew that. All right, so it's empty. The whole fire chamber
It's
is
empty. There are lockers, not very many of which have names, and not all of those have gear. So everyone's up, awake. They've got their gear. The lockers are just kind of empty spaces.
Right. There's nothing else here. Then let's go forward.
I'll take a quick look at the auto dock station, see if there's any extra nap relief that I might be able to liberate.
All right. Give me an observation check, please.
Oh, I got a bunch of dice here. I do not see anything.
Okay. Then I will not continue to look up the similarly useful drugs you could have found. And you do find a small kit of 4 doses of Naprolene.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice.
all right. So I pick those up, flash them to Patch and go like this, and then stuff them in my pack.
There are also, of course, rolls of bandages and rolls of gauze and things like this. Not in a very convenient format for a field medic because it's designed to be loaded into the auto dock, but it's the material in question.
Right. Well, if we need deeper care, we know where to go. I'll just have stuff the nap relief in the pack. Okay, ready to move out.
So you're moving forward.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, Sarge, do you have a motion tracker? I think we should probably use a pinger. I'm gonna be taken by surprise.
Yeah, heads on a swivel, Baxter. Remember the booby traps.
You're calm.
Thanks for the reminder.
The static from the jammer breaks, and that voice you heard before on the rooftop on Prospero, which commanded your prisoner to remember the comm channel discipline, says, Marines. That's all he says, just Marines. Over.
Look at Kaminsky.
You're on mute, Jose.
No, he's just going.
He wasn't saying nothing anyway.
Yep.
Let me guess
moving. Yeah.
why you're here. You've been told that something important has been stolen. You've been told that we're enemies of the state. You may have been told that you're here to kill me. Did I get it right? All right. Well, if you don't want to talk, remember that it was you who chose violence. Limb out.
Charming fellow.
We'll show
And the
him
signal
value.
jamming returns. Right. So you're blocked off from reliable communication. You're not blocked off from all communication, but you're blocked off from reliable communication with your forces. And once again, the ship shakes and the lights flicker this time.
As we move on, I kind of trust it. He ain't wrong. He ain't all wrong.
I wonder if we disengage with them. Does it sound like a bigger? Does it feel like a bigger shake? Like the ships might have actually broken contact with each other, or is it hard to tell?
Well, how would you like to base that? Observation, I think I would have to make quite difficult, but do you have some other technical skill that you'd like to use to ascertain the nature of the shaking?
That would be a negative, sir. Negative.
All right. So feel free to speculate wildly.
I'm speculating wildly. Yes, negative.
Yeah. Focus, Baxter. Look out for booby traps. Come on.
Is there any other way to speculate in RPGs? Come on.
Right on, man.
Okay. Are you moving stealthily or are you?
Blackie, ven acá.
Oh, we got more squad mates. Excellent. All right.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
thinking.
Stealthily? I don't know, Sarge. Stealth or no? I'm good
Yeah.
either way.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's got
gonna
the
have to
best
say-
observation? Because I'm not really good at
I'm at
observation.
5.
Ooh,
I'm at 6.
ooh.
Takes care of that.
Somebody should be looking out for booby traps because you're counting on me.
Okay.
Well, we're counting on Baxter.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, are you gonna have the pinger going too, Kaminsky?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's have a motion tracker check.
And that was, let's see,
You must make a power supply roll.
our supply roll.
It will
Yeah, that-
automatically detect large moving objects up to long range and extreme range.
Right. Yeah, I was checking if I had to roll something for it to work, but it's not.
If
it's a
enemy-
power supply.
No. If
Enemy is
enemy
using
is
stealth.
small or well hidden, you may have to make observation roll to spot.
Okay. So,
So I'm going to want an observation roll.
Okay.
And I would like the power supply roll. The power supply roll will apply at the end of this turn of movement as you are making your way forward through the ship. So you have a number of base dice equal to, what is it for the motion tracker? Is it 5?
5. Okay, so first, let's do the observation.
Yes, please.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
And then we'll do the air supply, power supply. And basically, I don't want to roll face huggers, right? I don't want to roll 1.
I said base dice before, but it's stress dice. Yes. So
Yeah. No 1s. There you go.
Okay.
And no 6s either.
all right.
So
Now
there you go.
you're aboard ship, and if you were on the Montebello, some parts of this would be obscured or difficult to interpret. But on this commercial version of the Conestoga, you have a good sense that there is a large concentration of moving figures at extreme range, right? So fading in and out of contact, but becoming sharper as we move toward the front of the desk. In the bridge area, you're too far away for a precise pinpoint location, but in the bridge area, and you know what's up there. There's the mother control room. There are board rooms and that sort of thing. Areas for very important people with easily bottlenecked approaches. Right. And there is a large cluster moving down the port side main access ramps heading in your direction. And
Game on.
and not too far ahead of you, right near the armory, so probably a power relay station, right, as you're passing behind the armory through the access points on the ship. Is a immobile, mostly, squad of people, perhaps laying in wait. So very subtle ping, right, of 4 or maybe 6. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, right? Same deck as you, ahead of you, you're going to have to pass their position. Mute.
So the ones coming from port are heading straight from us, for us?
There is a small group, a probable contact. This is from your observation, which is just ahead of you in the same hallway.
Yeah, no, I got that, but you said that there was somebody coming from the
There's
port
another
side.
squad coming down the port side ramps, right?
Okay. All right. So I tell these guys, there's an ambush up ahead and we got another squad hunting for us from the port side. Maybe try and clear the ones up ahead quickly.
All right.
And then set a reception committee up.
All right. So, Baxter, you still got that flamer?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good way to go.
Pilot lights on. Go ahead.
Great.
And I'm going to head right towards where this concentration of people are. But keeping my eyes peeled.
Okay, so the layout is a little different, but it's still a series of doors, right? All the doors are toward the inside of the ship, not the outside of the ship, because we're in an access tunnel. We're closer to the hull. All the doors are closed. And they're in an area either at this closed door or at the next door down.
All right, I'm pointing the smart gun right at the door, the closed door. Look at Patch, like door.
Okay. Door slides open. It's dark inside. Initiative, please.
Don't F us, Ivan.
All right, listen. But even though it's dark, my smart gun should show me signatures or something.
That's right.
That's right. All right, but anyhow, initiative wise, Baxter is on a 7.
Baxter 7.
Baxter 7. Rios is on an 8. Oh man, this is
Listen,
yeah.
right behind you. Yeah,
About to
it
get
makes
demoted.
sense.
Okay. Patch is on a 4,
It's better.
and the Sarge is on a 2
There you go.
because he's the Sarge. And how many other initiative cards am I drawing?
Just one.
This one, and that's a 6.
All right. Now I'm
So-
going to tell you now, just so you know, that it is an ambush and they are on Overwatch, so they are going to go first. But
Ouch.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to tell Baxter to take him down, by which I mean I'm giving him my initiative.
Yeah.
They're still going first.
Last stitch.
All right. And so are they interrupting you as you try to fire, Baxter?
Interrupting me?
They're on Overwatch. So
Okay.
I'm just curious, are you opening up? Are you going to enter into negotiations? Are you diving for
Oh,
cover?
Well, I was going to fire him, especially if these things are pinging up as not
It's gonna
friendly.
Okay.
Negotiate with a smart gun. Yeah.
Aggressive negotiations.
Yeah.
All right. Please roll your armor, sir. As the darkness is split by pulse rifle fire from deeper in the room.
That would be 1.
All right. Take 2.
Ouch.
Broken.
Broken. Oh no.
Broken. And wait. Broken. So,
Yeah. Okay. So there's a sequence of things we need to do right now.
all right, broken. I've taken 1 stress. And now. So do I need to roll panic right now at being broken before I roll my?
I think you roll a crit.
I
first,
have
but
rolled
let me
your
double-check.
critical injury,
Excellent.
which is an interesting one.
Uh-oh.
Baxter has been shot somewhere between where his thighs join his hips.
That's not a good place to get hit.
And
The groin hit.
Yes.
it causes extreme pain for movement, and you will be injured on every mobility and close combat roll.
Injured. Oh, injured. Like I'll be injured again.
Yeah. But fortunately for you, you're broken. You're going down under the fusillade of fire. And so our next is Patch.
Time to see if I can't visit Baxter. So I don't know if I need to get to him and then try to patch him up.
He's right in the doorway. So you want to pull him out of the
Yeah.
pull him out of the field of
Let's
fire.
pull him back.
So I guess my question is: there's fewer bodies forward than backward, right? He's first, then Rios, then you, then Kaminsky, right? But there's another squad coming from forward. So which direction do you want to go, left or right?
Is there, if I push him into the room, is there a place for where he and I have enough cover that I can
Totally
do
dark.
it?
You have no idea.
All right, so
Well,
I gotta pull him back.
You're supposed to save me, not make me a sacrificial offer. Here, guys. take it.
Just so you know, you're gonna do what you want. I just think this is funny because I help out some buddies of mine who have a executive protection agency, and they give courses. And they call me to give them a brief version of the emergency casualty care course. And care under fire, rule number 1 is there's no care while there's bullets in the air. Because that's the good way. And like one of the examples I have is this exact same situation with Marines, how 3 guys got shot because they wanted to get one guy out of the way while bullets were still in the air.
I didn't call you on that one, was I? So if I'm understanding things correctly, Anthony, I've got to pull him back, and I've got to pull him back through who's behind me, right?
Right. So if you go to your left, you're going to go back through the line of your Marines. And if you go to the right, you don't, but you're entering into the next potential hot zone.
I think I'm going to go towards the right, which is the least amount of resistance.
Okay.
To get there and just take the chances.
So this won't apply any penalties to anybody he's passing. Great. Next is Kaminsky, who's traded with Baxter.
All right. So I try to take cover at the edge of the door.
Okay.
And then I'd switch on my shoulder lamp and shoot if I see anybody. Otherwise, I don't want to throw a grenade in here because this is really cramped.
Okay. So light up is your fast action and shooting is your slow action. So you can definitely see they're in there behind just furniture, right? They've got light cover. And
since I can't get to cover, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go full auto. So I'll take my stress.
Cool. Roll them.
All right. That gives me a +2, right?
It does.
1 stress dice, say, and +1 from the gun. So I open up on them. Get him out of the way. All right, I got 3 successes.
Okay.
So I should be able to tag 3 of them, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, 1 hit, and then you can hit 2 more. Yeah.
Okay. And I have already processed their armor. Okay. So, and cover. So you are tagging them. You see blood fly. And nobody goes down, but everybody is hit and hurt.
Nice.
Next is Rios.
Yes.
Yes. So, because I had been thinking about the incinerator, I use my hidden stash talent and pull out the incinerator that I have slung on my shoulder.
Somebody
And
said,
I'm going to light somebody up. I don't know who, but I'm lighting somebody up. So
Okay.
I just spray fire into the thing, and
I'm going to give you Kaminsky as cover,
ooh,
but you are firing around Kaminsky. So I am taking a die away from you.
all right.
Okay.
So here we go.
I assume you don't want to burn Sarge, even though he is your rival, unless that was your plan.
No, that is a 6, so it is a success.
Right on.
So somebody gets tagged for 9 incinerator,
Yeah, that's
9
horrifying.
fire damage.
Please roll the 9.
Was that they take 2 at first, or just a 9 every time?
It's
We'll remember.
9
It's
to start. Yeah,
2 to start. Yeah.
Oh, 2 to start, and then 9
they
afterwards. yeah,
catch
right?
fire, and it gets
Okay, I
interesting.
gotcha. I gotcha. Okay.
It gives you the chance to not
Uh,
catch fire.
Ah,
Here we go. That is nothing. Nothing
right.
at all.
So we'll just deal with it right now rather than risk forgetting it later. I
Right.
mentioned they were behind furniture as cover. Right?
Mhm.
And this is, of course, as it's a shipboard type of furniture, it's treated with a fire retardant chemical. So the flames from the incinerator spatter across it, and it looks like it's going to bite, but doesn't. But does fill the room with smoke and completely illuminates it even more than
Mhm.
the sergeant's
Lamp.
lamp. And so you can see that there were 4 in here, 3 who are actively shooting, and 1 who is in the corner on comms.
Hmm.
Likely saying they're here, they're here, they're here. Next brings us around to Kaminsky on his original initiative of. Oh, sorry. Baxter still has the 2, right? So,
I do.
um,
That's my action.
yes, excellent.
Oh.
All right, Patch is going to try to patch up.
Right.
No.
Match is next.
So that is going to be.
What are you gonna try to do? You gonna try to do it by critical injury or by brokenness?
I'm trying to stop you from being broken.
Okay.
You're, so I've got 5 empathy, 3 medical aid, plus 2 for the med kit.
Awesome.
Two successes.
Love you, man.
So you're back to 2 health, but you're still critically injured.
Don't tell Jumper. I'm not sure exactly where I got hit, but just in case.
Okay. That's Patch. Nice work, Patch. It's now them.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but Ivan gets to make a critical roll because he was critically injured. Panic roll.
Panic roll. Right. Sorry.
Now I'm making panic roll now that I'm
Well, you should have made it before, but
Before.
I guess.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, it's kind of moot, but I'm holding together, man. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
cool. Yes. Awesome.
Oh, so in the door, I've got Kaminsky and Rios, and I'm going to shoot both of them.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Armor rolls, please. And these are armor piercing bullets, so your armor is half.
Oh.
Rolling 3 dice.
Oh. 1.
You have an extra die because of Kaminsky. Kaminsky does not have. Kaminsky, how did you do?
1.
1. All right. So Kaminsky takes 2. Bodhi takes 1.
Yes.
That break you,
Para
Kaminsky?
usted quiere agua. Agua. So 2.
2.
Yes, that breaks
Still-
you, or no? That you're. Is either of you broken?
No.
Okay.
Where's Kaminsky? Where's
Pretty close
Kaminsky?
though. So.
Okay.
In front of Rios, apparently.
okay.
Kaminsky.
muted, Jose.
You know what? I was gonna like take cover and reload,
But
but no. Fast action to draw my pistol, and I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
right, and remember, we just got hit, so that brings your strep up by
Stress.
one.
I know.
For just the two of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody, anytime you take damage, your stress goes up one.
So we got 6 dice, 2 for the pistol. Any range penalties?
None. This is all short. You're on top. of
And-
each
And 2 stress. All righty then. That's 3 successes.
Nice.
other. All right.
So that's let's see. I can do either 3 damage to one of them, or you know what? Let's. I'm gonna do 2 damage to one of them, and for the next round, I'm trading my initiative with them. Third stuff, second stuff.
Cool.
That's very cool. Okay.
They already shot this round, so that means that next round I can shoot again before them.
I like it.
Nice.
That's a cool little mechanic, the exchange initiative. I like that.
Okay. So that brings us to Rios.
Yes.
Did that knock any of them down, or they
Uh,
just out of curiosity?
I was distracted by Dory. What did you decide in the end?
One of them takes 2 damage, and my other
You changed
stunt
the-
will be
Yep.
exchange initiative.
Cool. Yes, because of your previous attack, one of them.
That's pretty badass. That image.
One of them was trying to crawl away from the flames across his cover, and you get him through the knee, and he starts to shake and pass out from the pain.
Perfect.
Nice. So, seeing the situation, I dropped the incinerator on its sling, right? And
Yep.
I pick up my pulse rifle again, and I unleash on full auto on these guys because why not? Best defense is a good offense, and I
That's
have
right.
one
That's
success, and if I get a success, I can't push, right? It's only when you fail. Or can I push?
Ooh, that's a good.
Let me
I
double
think you can
check
push
that.
no matter what, but
Let me
I think you can
double
push the.
check
this one.
that.
Yeah, let us double check.
Sorry, honestly, we haven't done that many pushing. You may push once. You cannot push if you roll 1. You roll all
Okay.
dice that are not 6s, and you increase your stress by 1, and you roll it again. So I am not re-rolling the dice that came up 6. So that panic stays right there. I mean, that stress stays right there. And I add another stress dice to the mix. And that is, so now it's 1, 2, 3 successes. So it's 1 to hit. And I want to do 1 to pin them down. And I guess I should also swap initiative with one of them so I can go before them next round. So because they've already been hit, they gotta do panic rolls.
Yep.
Oh, but my clip is out. So my it just
What's that?
Winchester.
All right, so everybody who fired on auto is on empty. They are now on 8. Rios and Baxter are both on 6. Not Baxter, Kaminsky.
So are we going again? This is the top of the round?
Yep.
Say it's receiving
first.
instructions. Yeah.
No, am I allowed to go now that I'm not broken?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
but I can't do anything with no mobility rolls or no close combat rolls.
Yes. No fighting.
Yeah, no fisticuffs. Yeah.
Shooting's okay.
Shooting's okay. Yeah, so I'm literally patch me. I'm literally like leaning into the room on the floor and just like taking the smart gun and popping at a target.
And I'm like, wait, no.
Yeah. So I'm not, I'm just kind of like, ugh.
Not done, I'm not done.
Yeah.
That's badass. I like that.
Yeah. You can put my balls back in afterwards.
What
So
ball?
sew him back on. Yeah.
He's literally gonna have brass balls now.
Yeah.
Niobium. Niobium.
Machine Gun Man.
And that is no face huggers and double sixes,
Yes.
which I'm just going to use for damage. Or, no. I'm impressed the hell out of Patch. Like, my God, I can't believe the guy is like, holy crap, this guy is unstoppable.
Hey.
Awesome.
There are 3 targets in the room. Radio guy, 2 active shooters.
Yeah. Taking that radio guy.
All right. He goes back against the wall from the impact of your heavy rounds and collapses in a heap.
I'm just hearing the sound effects from the movie. That I love the sound of those guns.
Yeah.
So now it's Patch, right?
So you fired between Kaminsky's legs
Yeah.
and Rios's legs from the ground. All right.
It's a smart gun, so it makes
Cool.
sense.
I had my gun slung and I was working on Baxter and Baxter just dropped in front of me. And I wasn't done, but I guess this is what we're doing now because I was like, so boom, I pull the rifle as my fast action. And I'm going to get a success from Baxter trying to shoot one of the other guys. So that will be, I have no stress, which is nice. So I've got 4 agility, 2 range combat, that's 6 dice. And thank God I was impressed. I have just the 1 success.
All right. So which ear are you deafening?
The left ear.
Left ear. Good choice. Okay. Boom. And all right. You've finished one of the 2 active shooters.
So what's cool about this is that we've got Rios and Kaminsky are there, and you guys are just going to do your thing. All of a sudden, comms guy goes down. Next guy goes down from fire from behind you.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Okay.
So because so it would be then Rios and I, right?
Yep.
And because Rios has to draw something, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my pistol at the last guy. While
Do
Rios
it.
draws something.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that's 2.
Cool.
Oh wait, there's a face hugger, but again, my stress is only 2, so we're fine. Nerves of steel.
But that 2 becomes a 3, right? Still?
Why?
Because of the face hugger or no?
Mm-mm. No, face huggers don't increase your stress.
Okay.
So that was a nice investment of
Yeah,
the
he had
XPs,
paid
man.
off a little
That's
bit this already.
2 already. 2 already. So 2 successes, so that's 3 hits on that guy.
Right on. And he is. You got him in the neck,
Oh,
and there is a fountain as a result, but the fountain doesn't pump for very long.
So clear, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's,
Yo, clear.
As soon as someone yells clear, I'm pointing at the first chair, bench, or whatever it is, and I just yell, Baxter, sit down.
Hang on.
Just for the image of it. Baxter on his side with the smart gun between Rios and Kaminsky's legs. Kaminsky in the front serving as cover for the entire
With a pistol.
squad with his pistol. Leaning around him with a flamethrower briefly is Rios. And on the over the other shoulder is the medic in one doorway. Just
Pretty
had
awesome.
to be said.
The doorway and hallway combat is lethal. It's terrible.
I'm wondering if I have to drag you in, Baxter.
yeah. Yeah. Do it.
Okay.
Just do it here. I don't want to be trapped in this room.
So
I'm
I
just-
kind of like thump Patch on the shoulder as I holster my pistol and ready to reload my rifle and say, "Good job on Baxter. Now get on your feet, Marine. We got visitors incoming."
All right.
I want to take a look at the guys we just killed. Were they using M41A pulse rifles?
They were using a Siegson knockoff.
Hmm.
The question is whether their spare magazines would fit
Exactly.
our weapons.
The
Ah.
rounds are supposed to be interchangeable.
Supposed to be. Yeah.
So I may riff on failure to hit if you want to use this this type of ammunition. But if you hit successfully, then the ammunition worked.
Yay.
Might be where
Might as well
hey,
pick it up
you
because
might as
I'm
well
out of
pick
clips.
a
Yeah.
spare each. Yeah, right. Because
Right. I'm
it's
out
better
of
than
I'm
nothing.
out of clips. So
Before we wrap up for this half of the mission, could we do the medical check on Baxter?
yes, please. And I will assist with that.
Great.
We don't have like another hour.
I wish. We don't even have another 30 minutes.
All right. So plus the 1.
+2 from his med kit, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this for the critical injury? Does the
It
med
is.
kit apply,
Yeah,
or is it the surgical kit?
This would.
Please don't make me re-roll it.
What did you get?
3 6s.
Cool. All right. Good work.
It's still attached, right? Patch.
Well,
It didn't get any longer.
okay. And Kaminsky is saying, right, we've got incoming troops. The motion tracker is definitely showing that they have reached the same deck as you. And briefly over the comms, you get part of a message, right? And it's Ed in space, Ling A this time. And this half of the mission comes to an end.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
Nice.
So we have a few minutes to chat.
I have a question that maybe somebody can answer off of the top of their head. When it says it's 2 reloads when you start the thing. So
Yeah.
does that mean, let's say I auto fire all the time, so I expend a clip every round. Does that mean that I can auto fire once, then use one of the reloads, then auto fire again, then use the second reload? Or it just means
Yes.
every
Yeah,
time?
that's how I would read it.
So
Yes.
it would be 3 times total, right? The one
Yes.
on the gun,
Correct. And then
you
2
can do it
reloads.
again and another reload.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise,
okay.
it
So,
would be
okay.
loads.
Okay. So I still have 1 clip is
One regular.
one regular, right?
So do I. That's good.
That's good to know. Excellent.
I'm gonna kill all
You can
these.
expect random equipment from this mercenary unit.
Yeah, there was something else that I wanted to mention that we may have done procedurally wrong, but I can't remember now. I guess I'll have to wait for the
But we'll
replay.
see in the
Yeah.
play-by-play.
It wasn't big.
Yeah.
It was just something we did procedurally wrong. That just like, wait a minute, there's something off about that. It's at the end of the day, it makes no difference. But
It's always important to know.
yeah,
Couldn't I have had just like a broken nose or something? Gouged eye. Oh, that's like the. Oh, that was like horrific.
In your case, it's about the same.
Yeah.
all right. But when you fix the critical injury, it just means that it halves the recovery time, right?
Right.
So you're still screwed. So
Oh,
you can't,
yeah.
The recovery time on the crotch hit is
Yeah.
D6 days.
Okay, so now it's
He'll be-
D3
he'll-
days.
You'll
Yeah.
be walking like Yosemite Sam for a couple of days.
So
Yeah.
it's just a day for you. So we might imagine that we have a through and through of the scrotum. Everything's
I've seen
mostly
those in real life.
We went through.
could be worse.
Oh.
than that.
I've seen those, and I've seen the neck hit too. So not pretty. Jose's muted.
Let's not joke about low-hanging targets. Oh.
And Jose has seen jet ski injury to the groin, which is not
Yes.
pretty.
And for another time, I've seen, when you work in an inner city ER in Houston, I've seen kick injuries real time,
Mm.
Yeah, real time. Yeah. exactly.
real time, like happened right in the hospital in front of us. It was terrible.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
real violence. It's not fun like fake violence.
nah.
Right.
So the
No.
good news is that Baxter can still shoot because it's only
Right.
close combat and mobility, which is great. So you can keep firing, just don't move.
And he
Well-
can, it's only when he has to make a mobility roll.
Roll, correct. So
Right,
he's
yes,
like
I can-
limping along, right? So he just can't.
Keep my type together. And
It
and then
looks like
Pat,
Yosemite Sam.
yeah. So Pat's just thinking to himself, like after being so impressed, he's thinking to himself, he's like, man, Baxter's got balls.
Still
Yeah,
got.
there you go. Just,
got-
Still,
he's got,
yeah.
he doesn't have balls. He's got ball. Yeah,
He's got
that's
ball.
awesome.
He's got
That's
some
a big
That's
ball.
like the most horrific injury. But yeah, I like the urgency of the running out of air, and it made all of the stress rolls seem very natural. Like even though like Kaminsky's keeping it together, he's barely keeping it together because we're running out of freaking air, and so like it's a literally like race against time, and and we're in the combat, but it's more it's more like, hey, we're running out of air, so it's not good. So yeah, that was definitely very immersive. Yes, like,
Yeah, I agree on that one. I don't like the military guys getting stressed out over gunfire. It just that's the one part of the game I don't like.
that's
but,
easy for you to say, Sarge.
But by gunfire, not by wounds. They're two different things.
It's two different things.
But
that's true.
but I like that the losing air thing made the scene for me.
Yeah.
That's very good.
How'd you feel about the Frankenstein loader gunman going down at the
Oh.
beginning of the combat?
Well, fortunate.
Yeah, very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Patch
I
liked
wanted them
it.
to last longer so they could hurt more of us.
I would have been. I could have been a real short game if they if we hadn't taken. Well, I think we prioritized, right? So it was a little bit of luck and a little bit of priority, right? Because I
Strategic.
aimed and auto fired, so that was +4 on top of the stress and the and the natural 6 die pool. So it was like 12 die or something. So it's like, yeah, I don't care if I run out of ammo. I need to take one guy out because, you know, so instead of running for cover, it's like, no, stay put and just, you know, fast action to aim and full auto.
Right.
So, you know, it was a combination of factors, right? You could always whiff, right? But
Yeah.
it's good that you can push, right? Even if as long as you don't get face huggers, you can keep pushing, which is awesome.
I
was
did
it?
like being able to use the switch initiative in both
Yes.
aspects, right? In both
Right,
when you
yeah.
rolled it and then in combat, because I was like, wait a second, if I do this now, it's even better and do more damage because I can shoot again before they do. So that's neat. I don't have that in any other game except Mutants and Masterminds. You could do it if you had a
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, the other switching initiative didn't work out so good as I got ventilated, but you know, but
I
it would
know,
have been
but
great.
It
Yeah,
worked
but
later.
it's cool. Yeah,
And it
absolutely.
worked
No,
later. So
no, that did. And yeah, the loaders with the smart guns that were horrifying. I'm like, I mean, I knew like realistically, okay, well, we can take these guys down pretty fast as long as we roll well, as long as we're lucky. But yeah, still horrifying because if these things are up, it's like, oh man, you know. But you have to think to yourself too. These guys are probably like the guy that drew the short straw gets to be the guy in the loader because like, yeah, you're gonna die. You're like sitting there right there. You know, there's no cover. There I am. But you know,
Slow
The little
moving.
bars. Yeah.
or you'll get like, or you shoot them all and you'll get an extra dessert at lunch. You know, it's like, oh, hooray for Bob! He killed them all. You know, it was one or the other. But yeah, but it was horrifying. It's like, oh man, this is not good.
I hope you weren't too disappointed that we didn't banter with Limb, but it just
No.
didn't seem to me.
No.
Kaminsky has to develop his own personality, and he figures this is a distraction. You know,
Right.
it was like
You kept discipline.
It's also pretty cool that it's fast action to draw another weapon, but it's slow to reload.
Yeah.
So if you go Winchester on the gun, it's easier to just draw, assuming you have backup weapon. It's easier to draw
Yeah.
something else and shoot that. Right.
And that you don't have to waste a fast action on drop something.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just draw and go. Can you auto fire the pistol?
Depends on the
I
business.
think it doesn't have the trait. I think you can't do it because I think the
you,
guns have
no,
it.
do the guns have a trait?
They
Let's
do.
double
That's
check
where
that.
They have an
auto
auto
fire
fire
comes from.
trait. Yeah.
Automatic fire.
Okay. So why does the pistol have ammo clips? What's the other situation where you're losing ammo?
If you-
facehuggers.
Yeah, face huggers don't make you empty the whole clip.
You just
That's
boom,
true.
boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Yeah.
No, when you panic, you empty the whole clip. That makes
Right.
sense. Full auto. There it is. Okay. Interesting.
It's not bad. It's there are enough decisions to cover typical use cases of violence without it having too much of an impact on atmosphere, I think, and
Yeah.
speed.
Right.
Yeah, I think for me, the Year Zero engine in general is a really nice sweet spot for me. It's got some crunch, but it's not too crunchy. I kind of like where it falls. It's the same thing with Forbidden Lands. It's just enough for me. And there's a consistency within each one of them and I love systems like this where if I don't know what the rule is, there's enough uniformity in how things are applied that you can guess and you're probably right,
Right. And that's always
which
nice.
is nice. Yeah.
The Twilight 2000 rules build on this kind of violence. There are more options. There's more granularity.
That's supposed to be the crunchiest of the Year Zeros, I think, isn't it?
That's what I've
But,
heard.
I haven't read it yet, but I like the combat options, right? Like Jose said, take the initiative, make them drop a weapon,
Stunts are nice.
pin them down, which triggers their panic rolls on them, right? So it's like, I figure everybody's injured, might as well force them to do panic rolls. So that's, it's interesting. And it's also super deadly, right? Like we got really lucky there, and there was some very good system mastery things where we did the initiative. Because if we just stood there and took the damage, I was 1 point from broken, and I think so was Kaminsky. So we were like this close to not making it. So, but that's combined with Baxter getting patched by Patch, and so he could act, and Patch shot as well. So
Yep.
it's nicely balanced out.
When
So right
Patch
now, when all the
took
rest of
out
these guys
the
come-
loader, when Patch took out the loader, his crit at that time was busted kidney.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
Particular, so can't run, can only crawl, mobility. Now he'd already taken him down to broken, and I can just kind of wipe the character at that point
Right.
anyway. But I found it really juicy to imagine that injury, right? Sorry, Ivan, I wrote.
Oh
over.
no, that would have been a better injury, I tell you. Well, I'm thinking now too, like when when the rest of these people show up, we're all like just shy of broken.
Yeah.
I've got two health hanging out. You guys got one each, maybe.
We're
I've,
And
I've,
Pat-
I've got 2, which is my max. So
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I'm
so we're like
uninjured
all
with 2.
we're one-shot kills, man. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Gents, I'm gonna have to go because I was supposed to be at a virtual meeting 15 minutes ago, but
Oh.
the conversation
Okay.
was good.
Right on.
So, take care.
It's good
See you
seeing
later, Sarge.
everybody. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you in a
running
week.
this, Anthony. It was fun.
Yep, my pleasure.
Later.
That was the
Um,
bombs.
What was I gonna say? I had one last thing to say. Always.
And in space. Is that gonna be the mission? Is that gonna be the mission title?
No. Oh yes, I remembered. If you can get to a position of rest, right, for a turn, an amount of time, this does gives you an opportunity to do some healing, right?
Right,
Oh.
right. Okay, that's right.
That
Which
is
is
true.
why, of course, Lim is trying to keep the pressure on, right?
Right.
That's something to
Right.
consider over the week.
Right.
Before we
And
finish
we-
off this mission.
And we jumped to the nap relief, but had we not, I think it would have been just 1 stress each, plus additional for the banter, which I just closed my character sheet. I don't remember if it's
Yeah,
1 or
Banter
2.
removes 2 per turn. So
All
I
right,
brought
so
it up
instead
at
of
the
1,
beginning of the session. Yeah.
it removes 2, right? So the most we would have removed would have been 2. So I think, given that I had 4 stress, I think it was a good move to just go for the nap relief.
Yeah, I think I had 6 by that time. That was
Right.
flipped
So,
out,
and
yeah.
then and this wipes you down to 0. So
Right.
nap relief is a good resource.
Yeah, man.
All right, I get to
Very
run Call of Cthulhu for the first time in 25 years.
Woo! Have fun, man.
Enjoy.
Nice. Yeah.
Later.
See ya.
All right. See ya.
Bye, gents. I got to feed my puppies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm glad I didn't die, because I thought I might die during that door opening thing. Or was it be better to die or to be ventilated like that? I don't know. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah. You guys are good with all the violence?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
No, that's perfect. I really, I haven't used critical hit tables in a while. I maybe use some in Mithras, but I'm liking these. These are very appropriate to this kind of setting and what's going on there. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
It instantly makes it much more poignant, or I'm trying to think of the right word, but it instantly takes you right there. What does this look like? And it makes, rather than just like, oh, well, you're broken. It's like, and he's broken, and this is why he's broken. And that, that's cool. I mean, I'm not like really psyched about my particular injury, but it's
There are
still
far
violent.
worse injuries.
But it's
Oh,
like
yes,
I
there are.
said, and probably like Jose and I have higher thresholds because we've seen that. So
Right,
like
right,
real,
no.
it's like, oh, you got shot there. That's not good.
You're right. right.
So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No, I get it. I mean,
It's-
I'm kind of like, yucking it up a little bit for the sake of that's kind of funny. Because I'm still like 13 years old in some part of me. But yeah.
We
No, but
all
no,
are,
I think the level of violence, the injuries, I think it's really appropriate for this type of thing, and it's cool. I enjoy it.
Because, the name of the game is Alien. You haven't met any yet. This is now the third
Right.
mission out of a projected 10-ish
Right.
mission. So
Right.
I don't want you to feel like we're not playing Alien. And that's why the conspiracy stuff is appearing
Right.
in the finished videos. And so that sense of the universe moves along with you. But
No, it feels like, and it also brings having experiences like this with other human beings, and obviously like in firefights, but some of these guys would be much more used to, and even the experience with the lionworm, like you could see the difference between a human being and the lionworm. And so, yeah, I'm anticipating that when you see what it looks like mechanically, or just, descriptively, when we encounter an alien, just, I imagine that's like off the charts compared to this. I mean, that's kind of really cool to see. Well, this is already kind of like, has a big pucker factor. Like you're really easy to take down by another person with a gun,
That's my
And-
hope, that you'll be able
Yes.
to enjoy the comparison.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. I think that's
Before
that's a
you
good point.
die horribly. Yes.
Right. No, because this has that, like, it's not quite as lethal as we thought it was. However, I mean, it gives you a good benchmark. Okay, this is kind of like the lethality of fighting other trained people or people with the same type of weapons and what have you. Here's lethality fighting something that's like, a bit scarier. Line where it's like, oh man, this is awful.
That was
But
really
yeah,
gross.
yeah, it was. But even that kind of comparison was like, holy crap, he took him down like that, and so yeah, I think it's I like it.
But it's also I think it's a good attitude that we have, that, bring the 3 characters ready because they're going to die. And it's going to be, sad when, Kaminsky and Baxter die, and Rios is eventually going to die. So, but it gives the feeling of continuity, right? It's sort of, I don't know. It's like we lost Geek already.
Yeah.
Right. So it'll be like, I thought we were going to lose Baxter here. It's like, oh my God, that's
me
going to
too.
feel weird because we just
Listen.
lost Baxter. But then
Yeah,
Ivan is
I
still
agree.
here with somebody else. Right. So
Right.
Yeah.
Every
But let me tell you this, man.
Yeah.
You're just kind of saying like none of us is getting out of here alive, and I'm like, Jane, well, I might.
I might. Yeah.
well,
But it's interesting.
Anyhow,
that every time I hear you guys say, I'm broken, right?
Mhm.
Then I get to roll these 2 dice.
Yeah.
And so from 11 to 46 or so,
it's fine.
not so bad. But
No.
then busted kidney,
Mhm.
arm artery, leg artery, severed arm, severed leg,
Oh, yeah.
cracked spine. I mean, they really
Yeah.
start to get nasty. And then from
And the 6s is like death, right? 63
Yeah.
or something, or
63 to
62.
66,
They're
it's
awful.
just
63
dead,
to 66
dead,
is you're
dead.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
they're
a pretty
awful.
description for how you die. Is
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fairly high kill rate. That's like 17%, of like, definitely this is going to kill you. Yeah, and it was actually much cooler this time having I took the screen out. Like I've got all the tables on it. Well, it's cheat sheet, but I took the screen out and kind of just being able to look at the panic rolls when somebody says I'm trembling, I can see exactly what that means. Looking at the, so that's kind of cool to have that just up.
It
Yeah.
it feels better, right? Without the discussion of
Yeah.
what it is mechanically. It's just the decrease in interruption between the in-character perspective and the out-of-character perspective helps.
And it's even, I would say, a matter of the order of operations, if you will, right? You say you're hit in the groin, and it's you fall down and you can't move, and Patch has to turn, and then you say 32,
right?
So that you can write it down on your character sheet. So next week it's like, oh, that's right, I'm 32, right? Crouch hit.
Oh yeah.
That means 1 point of damage for every roll of mobility and close combat. So you have it.
Oh, it's written down there, pal. It's written down.
Right.
Trust me, I know. Yeah.
So you do need the numerical information.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the end, you can,
At the end.
if you do it at the end, it's same thing with panic, right? If you roll a 10, you need to record the 10, because next time you panic, you have to go, if you roll anything less than 10, it becomes an 11, right? So you have to keep track of the numbers.
Because 10 is freeze, right? So
Whatever. But if you roll a 9 or something in panic, the next panic roll, it's a minimum of 9. So if you roll below that, you're still going to keep increasing on a level, right?
Yep.
So you need to have it on your sheet. So the mechanical information is not the problem, it's the order of operations. You go 32, oh, 32, cool. No, just go groin hit, blah, blah, blah. This happens, and that's a 32 critical injury. Okay, cool.
I think it's kind of cool too. Like we've had enough experience rolling 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s that like now we know what a 7 is. So we could just, I mean,
Right.
you know, I can just say I'm freaking out and this is like getting to everybody else. Everybody knows, okay, I had a stress. She's just rolled 7.
And
Right.
recognizing that that doesn't mean the character has lost control. It means
Right.
that the fear is edged into how they're doing what they intend to do.
Correct.
It's not until we get up to 10.
10, I think, where that's
Yeah.
where action.
Yeah, no, I always interpret 7 as like the Marines during the initial encounter with the aliens. You know,
Yeah.
that sort of thing where they're just screaming and losing control.
They're still
yeah,
shooting, they're still tracking.
you know,
But
Oh,
they're starting to
that's-
make mistakes.
that's the order of operations thing that I think we missed. Because I believe, and I could be wrong, I think Baxter rolled mobility and panicked. But if he succeeded, it still counts because he panicked below 10. So your action
Right.
still goes through.
yeah,
Right.
I failed.
So I think, and then he rolled again. Did you fail the first mobility roll? Because I know you rolled 2 times, and I think that's the order of operation thing. Because if you succeeded in that first mobility roll, you should have been able to move, and then you panic.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Right,
I didn't,
right,
so,
'cause
yeah.
Only a 10
He did move.
interrupts.
Yeah.
I think you asked for 2 rolls of mobility, which is
Yeah,
fine.
but
It doesn't. It's a mistake, right? It happens to all of us. But let's. I think that's the order of operation thing that I had in the back of my mind, saying we need to talk about this because I think we messed it up. So we'll look at the recording. Maybe we did it right. Maybe he failed the actual roll or something. And
I
in the
think I
end,
did.
it's like no big deal, right? It's no big
I
deal.
think
It's
I think the only things I caught really was it's odd. Like it looks like a roll of 8 in panic doesn't actually add stress to everybody else, which is odd because
Right.
9 and 10 do. And I
right.
think we
but
might have we might have done that when Craig rolled an 8.
we might have.
Uh,
That's another possible mistake. Yeah.
Yes,
And
I
I
did
think-
add a point from Craig's panic because I read the wrong line.
Right,
yeah,
right.
hey, it's cool, man. We were panicking.
It's
It was a
yeah,
terrible
you know,
situation.
it's
whatever.
it's no big deal. But I just pointed out for the procedural thing
odd.
so that in future
Yeah.
we remember that it's only the 10 that interrupts your action, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I think the only
there
other
was
thing
no
I caught.
intention of interrupting Baxter's
Right.
action. I just
Success,
probably didn't
okay.
describe anything about mobile. I don't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll see what.
It doesn't matter. We'll just look
yeah,
it over.
No. Yeah, I think the only other thing I caught maybe was I think I went to Impress Patch, and I think you might have used that as an extra success as well, or as an automatic success as well. And I think it's one or the other, which I was happy
Ah,
either
Actually,
way.
I kind of like that because otherwise it's just wasting a success.
I know.
So I was going to say something at the time and then said, this is probably a house rule, but okay.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. Okay, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, where the hell is Jumper every time I do something impressive? That's the thing, you know. I'm trying to
Better
impress
build
that
up.
chicken. I know. I love the banter with her. That's hilarious. She
Well,
is such,
You're
and the
you're
black
good at banter.
guy
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Because it's just, it's that kind of thing, like they're never gonna freaking like even hold hands, and it's just this constant and it's probably based on absolute mutual respect, but they're just gonna freaking razz each other forever.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I hope she lives. I like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a good egg.
Gonna
Excellent.
keep that a secret for now.
Yeah. All right, man.
Okay. Take care,
care.
guys.
Take it easy. Be good.
Bye bye.